Poverty.
Pregnant hookers.
It's really scary and you shouldn't be walking around there at night.
A lot of people smoking crack. Dirtiness comes to mind.
When I think of the Tenderloin, I think of how it was the beginning of the movement for the LGBT community.
I knew nothing of that, and I feel like I'm an educated homosexual.
I came back to live in San Francisco in 1991 because where else could I have gone to die than to a place that showed me who I was and finally became who I was meant to be. The first time I came to San Francisco, my sugar daddy, Wally, brought me to the Tenderloin. It was a section of San Francisco where I saw all kinds of people like me congregated all in one area. It was wild. You see queens all over the place. You see hustlers. Me and my friend Frankie decided to start coming back. And then one day we were walking down the street and we met this guy named Ciro. He took us to his apartment. He started to show us how to put makeup on. At that time, I mean, we didn't know what he was doing, but it was fascinating to us that this man was putting makeup on, and then he told us that later he was gonna go out and make some money. Hair fairies were later known as queens. You just got a comb and ratted your hair and combed it to where you look halfway feminine, and Gora sweaters were these little fuzzy little sweaters. It's just like little hairs all over the place. Because it was illegal for us to dress like women, it was very important to them to feel as close to being one. And that's the only way we could do it. Outside that little circle of the Tenderloin area was not acceptable for us. In the middle of the Tenderloin, we acted the way we wanted to. We were free in the Tenderloin. In the daytime, it was quiet. But at nighttime, it was just like a new beginning for everybody, every night, every time, everywhere you go. Looking for a job in the daytime, a sissy boy, a feminine boy, they wouldn't hire us. A lot of people wanted to turn to impersonator shows where they got the relief of being feminine, or just work in the streets.
Hookers on every corner, and I think a lot of them were transvestites standing around, one on each corner. I guess they all had their own corner.
We were not criminals, we were just lost souls. If we were all together in one group, we were together, not blacks, whites, Asians, or Mexicans. We were all together because we had the same problem. We had the same feelings. We had the same that our parents had abandoned us, thrown us out like trash.
It's not a question whether that was like preconceived that all these people ended up there. That's the city's that's where we want to keep everybody in this concentrated area that they think are the people that have nothing to offer to society. The fucking, the drug addicts, the prostitutes.
Being in the closet, we didn't know what it meant because we were out and proud. And going back into the closet or being in the closet wasn't an option for us because we died, we got killed, we were beaten up, we were raped. But we had to survive. The police would stop us and we would have to have men's underwear or some type of men's clothing that would decipher us from fully being women.
I'm not a pro-police person. The police do a marvelous job of making sure people aren't getting hurt.
The trouble with the police, they wanted us out, but they couldn't get us out completely because we were making money for them. As far as the gay bars are concerned, they were arresting us just to harass us, but not to keep us for a long period of time, you know, like obstructing a sidewalk. When they arrested us, they took us to jail and they made fun of us, even in the drunk tank. We were asked to take our clothes off in the middle of all these men. And to us, our bodies were private and sacred to us, because here to come in as a woman and then divulge to the whole place that we were not was very traumatic to us. We were tired of being harassed by the police. Someone just decided that enough was enough. Compton's was a place where everybody congregated after the bars closed or after they finished their work or whatever they had to do. Compton's was the place to organize and see that we had made it through the night. It is so sad that a plaque that should memorialize the fight that we had to endure in the 60s, it's cement. And then when you go over to the Castro, the Harvey Milk plaque is bronze. That tells you the difference in the level of acceptance.
When I think of gay San Francisco, I think of the Castro area. I love the Castro.
The Tenderloin, nothing. Castro, it's got money, and money talks, and we don't have it. We don't have it.
People who aren't influenced with the Tenderloin, maybe someone who's from the marina and doesn't work or see the people and the struggle that happens there, they don't see how rich the history is there.
For all of you who have not been here, is a fabulous place, full of wonder.
It's my home and it's funky as hell, but I love it.
The gay community wouldn't be the gay community today if it wasn't for those drag queens, the transsexuals, the hair fairies, the queens, the hustlers, and lesbians, and all those in one section of San Francisco that made San Francisco bloom to where it's at today.